Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is part of Power Apps for Beginner series, and in today's video we are going to understand the difference between submit form and patch in Power Apps. We are going to understand then how exactly Power Apps and patch function works, when to use one, and the real difference in practical scenarios. So let's get started. So for this demo, I'm going to use the checklist application which we have built in previous video, and we'll be creating a new screen. This is the SharePoint site, and I'll create another list for this demo. So go to home screen, create new list. I'm just quickly going to create few columns. We'll add a choice column and call it department. Now we are going to use this list to understand the difference between submit form and patch. So let's jump into the Power Apps and create a form. Select Edit Form. Here we have to select the list, right? So if you see, it is giving me two options only. So first, let's connect the SharePoint list to the Power App. Go to SharePoint, select the SharePoint site, and then you have to select the list name. As you can see, once you create a new form and as soon as you connect it to the data source, it will give you the entire form kind of structure, and it will show you all the columns available in SharePoint site. You can also see all the fields available and add if there is any other field you want to add to the form. So now let's see how we can use submit form. We'll add a button. So the biggest advantage of using submit form is that it works directly with the form control, and you don't have to specify all the controls like titles, department, and all other columns separately, but Instead, you can give the direct form control and it is going to submit the entire form. And it is also going to validate the requirement check or if there is any validation in the form. So this is all done automatically with using submit form. So to use submit form, select the button and you have to go to the on select property of the button. So the form name is form 4. As you see, there is a highlight, green highlight that indicate that you have selected the correct form. That's it. Very simple. Now let's click on preview. As you can see, this is not displaying anything right now because we have selected edit form. And now we are going to select new form and it will give you the form view structure. Now let's test this out. Now let's check the same record in SharePoint site. As you can see, it has created the record. Very simple and classic. So submit form is basically used when we want to handle validation automatically. For example, if in your SharePoint list, one column is a required column, and while submitting the form from Power App, if you have not filled that form, it is going to give you an error that this is a required field. So that kind of validation can be handled with submit form automatically. And it is also used when we want to submit all form fields together, and it basically works perfectly with form controls. So using a submit form with form control is very structured and easy when we are using a form, but sometimes we don't want to use a form control, or maybe we want more control over the field which we are submitting or updating to the data source. So that is where patch function comes into the picture. So let's jump into the demo quickly. So to understand patch control, we are not going to use form. Instead, we are going to insert control for each particular columns. So we have title, department, and all other column. So let's start. So first we are going to create control for our title column. Then we have to insert a text input. We are going to type the actual value. We'll insert another control. And for the department, we are going to insert a drop down control, because drop down is basically used when we have a choice column in our data source. So we have to specify the data source. Same we have to do for status and priority column. So I'll just create it quickly. Instead of department, we'll use status. So here for the drop down column, I am taking the reference from the SharePoint instead of assigning it statically. So in the item property, the choices function is used to get the choices from the SharePoint list. It is used when your column type is a choice. Priority is a choice column, and this is the data source where this column exists. So now let's understand how exactly patch work. We'll insert a button. Go to the onSelect property. So this is where we are going to write our code. So patch function is used to either create a new record or update an existing record. So the basic syntax of patch is patch, then we have to give a data source separate by comma. Then we have to specify what record we want to create or update. So if we are creating a new record, we have to use defaults and followed by the data source name where we are going to create record, and separated by comma, curly braces, closing braces, and inside this curly braces we will specify which record we want to submit and update. So in this case we have title column, and we'll separate it by a colon and we'll specify the value which we want to submit. If we want to submit more than one column, then we have to separate it by comma. So the first parameter is the data source. For example, SharePoint site. The second parameter is where we decide if we are creating a record or updating an existing record. And if we are creating a new record, then we will use default and then specify the data source. If we are updating a new record, here we have to specify which record we want to update. And then these are the value which we are going to submit. So remember the simple rule that we use defaults to create record, or to update a record, we pass the record we want to update. Now let's say if we want to create a record, so we'll use patch, then our data source separated by comma, defaults, and the data source name again separated by comma, curly braces, closing braces. Format it first, and this is where we are going to write which are all the column which we want to create. So we have title column, then we have department, and we have priority. Just remember that arrangement of the column doesn't matter. You can put status or priority on the top and the top one in the bottom. So in the value, what exactly we are going to assign? So basically, if you see in the form which we have just created, so this is the value which we are going to submit while submitting the form. So whatever we are going to enter here, or whatever we are going to select to all the drop down, so those value is going to get submitted while we click on submit form. So this control name is text input 4. So let's go to the submit form, and here we are going to pass the control name. So this will be text input for dot text, and then we'll separate it by comma. So dot text is used when our control type is a text. If we are using a choice, then we can use selected. For example, let's use this one for department. Dot selected, separated by comma, and continue. So this is how our code is going to look like. The first parameter is the data source. Default is used to create a new record, and then we have to specify all the columns as well as the drop down we are using to submit. So in this case, we are using all these drop down. If you see, it is highlighted in the form as well. Now let's see if it is working or not. Click on patch. Now let's see if it has submitted or not. So as you can see, this record has been created. Now let's see how we can update any record. So here we are going to filter what record we want to update. So we are going to update the record we have just created. So I'll be using lookup, because lookup is a function in Power Apps that is used to filter the record from the SharePoint depending on the condition you write. So it will pick the first record which matches the condition. So we are going to provide the data source, which is employee detail. And for the filter, as we do not have any unique ID, we are using the title, which is a software update. So we'll use title is equal to if it won't match this condition, it is not going to update. So in future, if you are using lookup to filter and patch the record, make sure that you use a unique column. So for example, you can use ID or the last submitted record if you want to update. So make sure that this logic is correct before you submit. And here we are going to update something. So let's just update it with approved and submit. Now let's see in the data source. So here has been approved now. So that is how exactly we can create and update using patch. So let's have a quick comparison between submit form and patch. So submit form is used when you are working with form control, and if you want a built-in validation, and if you want a simple create edit functionality. Instead, patch is used when you want custom logic, if you want to update a specific record to the data source, and if you're not using a form because you want more advanced control before submission. And in real world project, we use both depending on our requirement. So in this video, we learn about how submit form works, how patch works, and the difference between create and update in patch, and when to use one. So this is all for this video. If you find this video helpful, please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.